So I guess it's time to address this. When am I moving? Am I moving? So almost a month ago, I posted on my Instagram that we were moving facilities. And it was a really hard decision to come to that decision. It took me almost 2 months to come to that decision. And I'm glad that I kind of battled with it and thought it through, but I think things have changed a little bit. So let's kind of go back on Willow Creek, which is the ranch I'm at now, and the other ranch. I'm going to leave the name out just because we're not moving and I don't want to, affiliate them at all. So with Willow Creek, we have a covered arena. We have a very large low arena, which has 2 round pins, a gymnastics area, a dressage court, and our jumping area, obviously. We have a lot of trails. We also have an upper arena, another round pin, a few turnouts, and I have a lot of room to grow. So obviously, the owners are amazing. It's a constant work in progress there, and they've been great. But anywho, the other place where I was going to go, we would have our own kind of arena to use all day, but one arena. Currently, there's no round pin. They would be building a round pin. We had 1 turnout, but it was just ours. And then kind of like barns and pipe corrals almost staggered throughout. Again, pros and cons. Willow Creek, I'm the head trainer. I'm the only trainer. Other trainers have service there, but it's primarily my stomping ground. And I'm very included in a lot of decisions, which is absolutely amazing. It's amazing. But again, I'm the only trainer there. The new place there, or the other place, there's another trainer who has her own area and her own arena, but there is another trainer there that also jumps. She's eventing. So there's a slight conflict, but again, very different levels of kind of just what we do, different areas. So there's that to think about. With Willow Creek, we have all-inclusive board. We have 2 cleanings every day. They clean the water every single day. And they have all different types of hay that you can pay an upcharge for, or whatever, and your shavings are included. The new place, I would be responsible for getting my own hay, my own shavings, which is not included in board. And there's 1 cleaning a day. Most of them do have big auto waters and sometimes buckets too, but just different. So kind of going over that, it was hard for me because the footing at the new place was really incredible, and I was having a hard time because it's an absolutely gorgeous facility. It can really maintain a higher clientele, and the footing was good. I'd say the footing was good. It's no GGT, it's a crazy synthetic, like WAG footing, no, but it was good footing with all weather draining. I've had some issues in the past, a little bit with footing at Willow Creek. Now, that being said, we've had some meetings at Willow Creek, and they're willing to fix the footing. So after a lot of very stressful days and weeks and months, we're staying at Willow Creek. So the footing in our lower arena has been a little deep. There are some rocks in it. So the owners have de-rocked it and re-leveled it for time being. Now what the plan is, and we're still kind of working on a concrete timeline for this, we've had multiple people come out this last week. We are completely stripping the arena, rebasing it and re-leveling it, and then adding an angular clay sand mix to the arena with the potential of adding rubber crumb and synthetic, or one or the other, exploring options. With that's kind of a game changer for me. My number one thing is always, having the best for my horses that I can provide. I am not the richest person in the world, but if I can do the best for my horses, that's what I want to do. So they're willing to do that, which is absolutely incredible. We're also going to be adding some synthetic blend up into the arena and the cupboard, which we already have. So that's incredible as well. They've worked a lot with me on watering and dragging the arena and getting it in tip-top shape, which is amazing. Another thing that I was looking at too with the switch to the new place is that D, now that he's decided he wants to be a box stall horse, or have a box stall to some extent, is that he would have a 16 by 24 at the new ranch. And I was having, a lot of issues because it's kind of an internal struggle with me, because I, of course, want D to have a big space, but I don't necessarily want him to have neighbors because he's so accident prone. He just looks at something wrong and gets hurt. But Willow Creek has been super, super accommodating and amazing, and they're actually transforming one of the in-and-outs to a D-proof in-and-out. We have 8-foot stud fencing, and he can still, see his neighbors, but he can't get any of his legs through. Knock on wood, that we know of. And we're going to be putting UV netting outside, so he'll have a 14 by 14 box with a 14 by 20 run. So he'll also be a lot happier, or at least the cleaners will be a lot happier, because D has the messiest stall on planet Earth. He likes to mix his poop, pee, and his food all together in a big soup, and it's disgusting. So that'll be good. It has 2 auto waters in it, fully matted. It's great. So I'm really excited for that. Obviously, the stress of not having to get my own hay and shavings is going to be a little bit of a relief, to be honest. There's a lot that goes into my job as is. It's just one more thing to stress about. So that's really nice. And more than anything, I've been to a lot of ranches. I've trained at a lot of ranches and barns, and I've come across a lot of different management. And I think all of us can probably think back on some different people in our lives. And I just want to say Willow Creek by far has been the best management I've ever come across, ever. They're like the most accommodating people. They're super sweet. They may not, know everything right off the bat, but they're so eager to learn, and they're so all about being like all hands on deck and all on board, and just doing whatever we can to give the horses the best they need. And they're always like really awesome about keeping me in the loop and working with me if I need something or like anything. And even on top of that, like the guys, they're so knowledgeable. Our manager is incredible, and our workers are incredible. Like they all have a lot of horse experience, so I never have to worry like, will someone catch my horse if it's colicking? Like, will he know this? Or, like, they're just really great people. So that was really hard for me to leave Willow Creek, because I think, and that's why I was hung up on it for so long, is like I said, I've been to a lot of different barns, and I've never met people like this. So I'm just glad it's working out. Oh, another thing that we have been kind of going back and forth on is adding another turnout. So actually, as of today, we made the plans. Above my horses, there is kind of like a flat area with like a little hill that backs up to the pasture. And we're actually going to fence that in and have another turnout, which I will be seeding next year, and we'll have grass. So I'll have a potential grass turnout for my horses, which will be available to only my horses, which will be amazing. I think it'll be a game changer. So that's really cool as well. Another thing I think I kind of want to touch on is, even though the other ranch had the potential to expand, as of this very second, there are only 11 or 12 places for me to move horses. So I could move like all of my daily horses over, but if I wanted to expand, I would be taking more horses at Willow Creek, which is fine, but I've been in the kind of the double dipping thing before when I was at another ranch when I first moved to Willow Creek, and I had some of my old clientele at a different ranch. It's really, really hard to go back and forth. Moving tack, just the fatigue. It doesn't seem, it could be like, it's only 1 minute up the road, but just the fatigue of doing 8 horses and then having to go somewhere else, it just kind of gets you out of that mental state. So it's harder, and with graining, blanketing, whatever it is, it just complicates things a little bit too much. So that was kind of hard for me too. And So, that's hard. And with Willow Creek, I really have a lot of opportunity to expand. Always have, and they've always been super just amazing on, I'll be like, hey, I have a horse coming in tomorrow. And they're like, great. But they always, do their best to move things that they need to move, or like get the stall ready. And so that's another thing, is if I want to expand business, especially with kind of how things are going, I don't want to be necessarily stunted until, something comes readily available. So that's another thing to kind of consider as well. So I know for some people this will seem very confusing, especially because I finally felt like I had made up my mind. But things happen for a reason, and I'm just me. I'm trying to do the best I can do for the horses, and it all kind of just worked out this way. And I still think that ranch could be incredible for someone, or maybe at a later date, or something else. But for now, I think for my horses and me seeing the accommodations that we will have, especially like the little things, having access to 4 or 5 different turnouts at Willow Creek, it's a lot more than just one. And yeah, so I think for right now, after negotiations and everything that's kind of played out, Willow Creek is the best decision for me. And it's really a relief too, because I absolutely love everyone there, the boarders that aren't in training and the people. So the long-awaited, when am I moving? Am I moving? The answer is no. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this was a long-winded one, but I felt like better than putting it in a caption on Instagram, it's one that I could really sit down and kind of express. And I hope a lot of you can kind of see the situation that I'm in, and maybe kind of look at the pros and cons and understand. And yeah, so again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a great day. The end.